What is up, everybody? This is Brian, the Toyota guy, over here at Fred Anderson Toyota in Asheville, and today is Friday, September 23rd? Yeah, Friday, September 23rd. We're getting ready to go into a busy weekend, and I finally had some time to actually do a little bit of a quick video on some of the inventory that we've got here. Now, I've been saying for a while that we've got a ton of inventory with a ton of selection, and that still holds true, but I wanted to just pick out a few favorites of mine that I'm kind of really happy to showcase. It's stuff of all different kinds of price points and types of vehicles. But the cool thing that we're starting to see here is I think the used car price bubble is finally starting to come down. So we're starting to see a lot more reasonable prices on cars. The auction prices are coming down a little bit. That also means trade values are coming down a little bit. So if you're thinking about trading, and now's the time to go ahead and do that before we kind of get back to the normal status that we were at before. But that being said, I was going to show you a few here that I think are finally back in range where they should be price-wise, and then some other kind of cool ones that are just kind of popping in and out. So let's take a look. First off, here's a really easy recommendation to make. This is a 2017 Trd Pro Tacoma. It's an automatic, not a manual. But I think this was potentially the first year that they had the cement color, and it looks really good in this trim. It's got all the factory stuff on it that you're looking for. Of course, the Pros always have the leather seats and everything there, plus the upgraded suspension, of course the TRD wheels and tires, all of that. Gorgeous truck. So one of the cars I was actually getting ready to feature is getting ready to cruise right by me here, and that is this 2021 Mustang Mach E. Looks like they're getting it reparked. So this one is an all-wheel drive Mach E Premium. It does have the long range extended battery, and it's pretty much the one you want if you're looking for a Mach E. It's got a gorgeous white interior. Now, I actually drove it a little bit yesterday. I think those have like a 250 or 350 mile range. I need to get fresh on that, so I apologize for not having that right off the cuff. But it's really cool. MSRP on that thing was $56,000, and it is $56,000 right now as well. But I say that's a good thing because A, good luck even finding a Mach E, and B, good luck trying to find them at MSRP. And most places are still charging $5, $10, and even higher on market adjustments. And the used market prices are still well beyond $60 on those things. So if you've been looking for a Mach E and you technically don't want to pay more than sticker, we've got one that I think has got a fair price if you don't want to wait for the 6-month, 9-month turnaround time that Ford's got. So that's a really great one. Wanted to point that one out. So as a complete foil to the all-electric Mach E, this is a 2014 Nissan Armada SV. Now this is a two-wheel drive model, but I really wanted to point this one out because this is a big body V8, body on frame, large size SUV. It's about the same size as maybe like a Tahoe or definitely like a Land Cruiser or Sequoia. But this thing is less than 20 grand. It's got about 90,000 miles, and I think it's priced around like 17 and a half, give or take. And most people don't have to have four-wheel drive, especially on a daily driver road trip car or something like that. So what I like about this one is this has got to be by far one of the cheapest third row SUVs that we have here. And I honestly, I kind of like the basic, kind of V8, big body SUVs that these Nissans used to make. There's no DVD player or anything like that on this, but if you just want a really good, cheap, big car for families or for hauling or maybe even for towing or something like that, this would be the one to check out. Definitely probably one of the best cheap cars that we've got here in the lineup. Now, if you are looking for something four-wheel drive, we've got plenty of that. And the Jeep that I was really wanting to point out is actually an Army Green 2021 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, as you can see right here. Now, this has been another high demand vehicle, and especially with the Rubicon trim, that's going to be all the off-road goodies and stuff like that. This is one of those ones that the used car prices on these things have been absolutely through the roof, and this is probably one of the best deals that I've been able to find out there. But it's a 21, it's got about 29,000 miles, so it's definitely been driven quite a bit in the first year of ownership. But this thing is priced now right about, I think, 46 grand, and that's actually a really good price on this, because if you've seen like the market for pre-owned 4Runners, that's actually about the same price that you're going to pay for a used 4Runner. But You know, this is actually, in my opinion, a little bit nicer. Now, I do like my 4Runners, of course, but, you know, for those that are looking for something a little bit different, or like that little bit of SUV with the truck bed, this is definitely a great deal, good way to go. Now, when I'm talking about kind of the selection of things we have, here's just a ton of different sedans from all kinds of different brands, Lexuses, Camrys. We've actually got a lot of Lexuses. Here's a Mercedes CLA. We've got a few Hyundais, a few Accords, a few Subarus. We've got a Hyundai Elantra. I think it's a GT over there. But the one that I was really wanting to showcase right now is actually this 2016 Toyota Camry. So this is an SE trim level, but this is the first one of these that I have seen. I think this is a Southeast Toyota package, but it's got this XSP appearance package, which includes BBS wheels. I really don't care for the red brake caliper covers, but they do look cool. But this one also has a full ground effects kit. So you can see it's got a very different aftermarket bumper with the black XSP grille. Again, the BBS wheels, it's got the Blizzard Pearl paint. It's got these ground effects here on the sides. And then it even has the same thing back here on the rear bumper. And it's a pretty subtle thing in all reality. Dual exhaust and stuff like that. You know, this is a 4-cylinder and everything, but just a really subtle difference, and I think it looks really good. XSP there on the doors, and this thing is clean as crap. I mean, it's got the light colored, all the SEs kind of have this like twin material cloth and leather hybrid going on, but I just think this is a really cool car. Especially, it looks way different than most of the Camrys out there. Of course, you'll have like Bluetooth, backup camera, looks like satellite radio. But this thing is really nice, and if I'm not mistaken, it's got about 82,000 miles. Yeah, there it is, 82,903, and it's priced right at 20 grand. There's paddle shifters and everything on the steering wheel. But this has got to be one of probably the coolest, you know, kind of nerdy Toyota things that I've seen over here in a little while. So yeah, definitely check that one out. There's honestly a ton more I'd love to show you guys, because I think there's just such a good variety here, especially if you look for something different. Like here's a, what is that, a ZR1 or ZR2 Colorado. We talked about the Trd Pro Tacoma. We've actually got a couple Tellurides and Palisades here, if you've been kind of looking into those. We've got, oh my gosh, where to go? Oh, there's a couple of them. We've got a couple Volkswagen Atlases, which I think are actually a really cool third row SUV as well. There's just all kinds of stuff. I'm even looking at, here's a 22, I don't know any details on it, but here's a 22 Nissan Frontier. So I've been kind of curious to check out the new bodies, the new interior on those. We've got those here as well, but just a ton of selection. So if you're wanting to check any of these out, or if you have questions, feel free to shoot me a message or come by and ask for Bryan.